Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well with everything that's going on around the country. Got some time off a little bit early today for work, so didn't have enough time to get everything ready to go out and hit the water, hoping to maybe do some fishing tomorrow. So me and Junior, who's behind the camera, say hello.
Hey guys.
Decided that this would be a perfect time for us to kind of do a walkthrough of our setup. So I'm going to do a walkthrough of my Hobie PA14, and then you'll see coming up too, Junior's going to do a walkthrough of his Lightning Strike. So with that said, remember, if you guys get something out of it, subscribe, like, and most importantly, leave us a comment. Don't forget, we're running the 100 subscriber giveaway for the month of March. We are giving away one of each, the Monster Bass Box for March or the MTP Pro for March. We'll be announcing the when the video or live stream will be posted for us to be selecting the two winners for that. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave us a comment and like the video. So with that, let's get started. So like I said, I got a Hobie PA14. I'll start in the front and work my way back. I'm not going to actually go through all of the little ins and outs of the Hobie. There's plenty of Hobie PA14 videos out on the web, but I am going to go through how I set it up, the options that I chose for my kayak. And by the way, let me give a shout out to Delaware Paddle Sports, which is where I picked my kayak up. Dean, Chris, all the guys down there are wonderful. So if you're sort of in the New Jersey tri-state area and near Lewes, Delaware, by all means stop into Delaware Paddle Sports and look these guys up. That's where I got my kayak and pretty much all of my accessories. So starting at the front, I have the assist bar. So this is good for when you want to do some sight fishing and just to assist even getting up. So I have this. I really haven't made much use of it, but it does come in handy. So that's pretty much really quick setup. You just put it in, you lock it down when you're not using it, as you guys see. I keep it up here, keep it bungee down to the front. Really simple. There when you need it, out of the way when you don't. All right, starting in the front hatch, I'll keep a spare jacket. And I'm actually this year probably going to be putting a full rain gear in. I keep my anchor. And even though you'll see later on I have the stakeout pole or power pole, I keep this for when I'm in being able to anchor in deeper water. I keep the cassette actually with me as well, and that's for when I'm pulling the drive out and I'm going to be paddling long distance. I like to put the cassette in. This is where I store my tie-down straps. I keep a sponge just for any little water that may get in. I have a bill pump in here as well. Of course, a first aid kit, some ropes for tying down. Actually, also I keep an emergency ladder to help with re-entry and also tethering. And I just have some other odds and ends, like I have extra bungees and stuff in here. So that's pretty much what I keep in my front hatch. I'll also throw, when I'm not going to use it for long periods, my dry bag in here, and that's where I keep my extra batteries and everything else in my GoPro. Under here, this is where I store my battery for my fish finder and my accessories, and I'll be going over that. So I have the Yak power system, and I have the Lowrance Hook 2 7, and you'll see that later on. But that one, actually this is a great battery. the FPV 17.5 amp battery. It's been great. Never ran out. Never even been close to running out, even though being out all day. Haven't tried it over multiple days, but for like a whole solid day, no problem. I think powers the fish finder, powers all of the other electronics. Up front, I just have a Ram X grip for my phone, so this is kind of where I park my phone. I also have a remote operation of my phone on my watch, so sometimes I'll use this to take a quick snapshot of a fish remotely. I usually set the phone on a 3-second or 5-second timer for photo. I hit the watch, I'm able to hold a fish and be able to take this. I do have to lift this up because the pedals are getting in the way of some of the shots, so that's an adjustment I'm going to be making this year. You guys already know the 180 Mirage drive. I have the Yak Attack Omega, so this is great. You know, able to really adjust it really quickly, move it in all kind of different directions, right? Sometimes, you know, if I'm trolling, or just a quick way to stage my rods. So speaking of, I have my seat. So this is the Hobie Advantage seat with the accessory bag. So I keep my keys, my wallet, and kind of anything else I really want to get to quick, you know, like a pack of gum, sometimes my my breakfast bars and things like that I keep in here. So let me see, I don't even know what's in here right now. So right now, got some more hooks, got some leaders. So that's pretty much what I use this for. It's actually pretty good. It's not waterproof, so don't buy it thinking it's waterproof. But it has a nice little clip for your keys, and it also has a inside pocket here as well. So it's pretty clear. So up here in my mid hatch, I kind of keep everything that you know, I want to get to quickly. So I have some mosquito repellent. I have some scent up here as well. Down here I have my fishing license, pliers. I have more hooks. Also, like I said, I have the Yak Attack power system. So this is the master controls for the Yak Attack, and then I also have these. So I can put these in any of the power ports, and this converts it to USB. So this is how I power my Hobie. This is how I power, this is how I power my phones during the day. This is how I power my GoPro. So I have one up front here. There's a port inside here, and there's a port at the back. I also, you know, have some extra stuff. So here's my donkey leash. So usually I'll clip this on the chair, and when I catch a fish and I want to set up for taking pictures and stuff, we're able to put them back in the water. That's pretty much what I keep here. I don't have it in here right now, but I have the other control. So this is for the micro pole, the micro anchor pole. So I keep the backup in here, and then I keep the main one around my neck on a lanyard. While I'm here, let me just go. So this is, as everybody know, so when I'm transporting, this is where I stage my rods. So usually I carry 4 rods with me rigged up. So I usually take them out of here once I start using them, and I'll store them on the H crate when I'm fishing, so back here. So this is usually how I'll keep my setup when I'm on the water, so I can just grab and go and switch over really quickly. As you guys can see, I have my boomstick. So this is where I keep my GoPro mounted for an overhead shot. And I'm actually probably going to be adding another camera up front, so I can get like sort of an overhead and then get a backward facing shot. So I'm either going to lift this up and put another GoPro, or use my phone for that, or just on a higher mount to get over the pedals. But that's what I'm going to be, that's one of the adjustments I'll be making this year. Here, like I said, usually I'll keep my dry bag back here. Also, if I'm bringing a tackle bag with me, I'll keep my tackle bag here, and that usually has all the things I'm getting at real quick. So GoPro, usual stuff. I got extra cables, I got extra batteries, I got my chest mount, my hat mount. I keep that all in here, and I usually just stick that behind the seat right here, so it's easy grab and go for me to change out my accessories. I do have the H crate. This thing is pretty cool. This is where I keep all of my backup tackle. So you can see on my measuring board, I have a fish tape in here. I got my tackle box. This is where I keep my plastics, my scale. This is the USB extension that I use to connect power up to power to go from the power port to the GoPro. So that's how I keep continuous power going to my GoPro. You can see my paddles are mounted here in the slot. So usually I'm just using the one paddle just to kind of maneuver me in the position. Very seldom am I using both paddles unless I'm in really shallow water and I really just can't flare in the shallow water. As you guys can see, I do have the micro anchor. This thing has been great for just sitting you on a spot and let you really work a spot. It is, to me, it's expensive, so you know, you have to get over that hump, but I think the benefit and the value that you get, especially me being new to kayak fishing and having to worry about maneuvering and keeping the kayak in one spot, working the rod, staying on the fish, it just kind of made things a lot easier. I did paint the adapter plate so it kind of matches. I got this from off of YouTube, so there's a couple of channels out there where guys go over the best way to paint these, so thank you YouTube Nation for that. Got my safety flag, and let's just work down the other side. Here I just keep my Hobie tackle tray here, and this is really everything where I'm going to get quick access to. So I have my scissors, I have another cutter on a leash on this side, I have my scent, I always keep some super glue, and really this is where I'm keeping most of the lures that I change out during the day. This is where I keep my soft plastic. So as you guys can see, all my soft plastics are down in here. Then I have some like Berkley Gulp scented worms. I have Adirondacks tools and some of the like tools or Allen wrenches or things that I need on the boat in case, you know, I need to make some repairs, are also down in the bottom of this. So this is also a thing that's come in like very handy. I do have the cup holder that I usually put here. It's actually up in the front hatch right now. So I usually keep my my cup holders usually mounted right here. So in the mornings when you need your coffee, you know, it's right there for me. So that's where I keep my cup holder. And then, as I said before, this is where I have my Lowrance mounted, you know, normal power through. I have the Lowrance Hook 2.7 triple shot. So I have the 2D, the down scan, and the side scan. It's powered right here. I just connect the power here. When I'm not using it, I pop it off, I throw it in the car, and pretty much that's my setup. I'm going to be making some changes. We'll link to the video. You guys are 5 tips for new kayak beginners. So PJ and I went over sort of the things that we learned and some of the adjustments that we're going to be making this year. One of them for me is to carry less stuff. So like I said, I usually have another tackle bag, so I'm probably just going to go down to just having and keeping my trays, my two 3600s probably under the seat, and anything else I'll keep in the H crate. So I'm not going to be bringing an extra tackle bag, and just some of the other little things that I had been bringing, I kind of stripped down. And the other big thing for me, I'm like 95% there, that I am going to probably get a boondocks, because this is a monster to move on and off the water. So usually what I have to do when I am coming off the water is kind of take all of this stuff off the H rail and all this stuff, flip the boat, put the Hobie heavy duty cartwheels on, then right the boat, put everything back on, and then wheel it up. So it's just been a bear. So I'm looking to get the boondocks. I'm kind of on the fence because I'm a little skittish about putting holes in my boat. And the earlier versions of them were cracking the holes in the mountain area, and I think that had a lot to do with having the shorter plates. I think they've now got the longer plates, and I don't see as much of that on the forums. But that's sort of my setup for 2020. If there's any suggestions that any of you guys have out there that have a PA14, or if you guys have any experience with the boondocks landing gear. And the other thing I'm looking at as an alternative, I saw posted in the Hobie forums just the other day, was people were mentioning the Malone, I think it's the Malone heavy duty cart that they've been using. So if anybody has any experience with the Malone kayak cart or the boondocks, please leave me a comment, or just with kayak setups in general, if there's anything that you guys see that I should be adding or that you think would be beneficial, definitely give us a shout out. And again, thank you for supporting the channel. I'm hoping actually to get out tomorrow. We have kind of 2 days of okay weather. It's going to be like in the 60s here in South Jersey. And then our weekend is going to be crap with rain, and it's going to be a little cooler. So I'm really hoping to be able to get out tomorrow. And again, look for PJ's walkthrough. So we'll be walking through the lightning strike, and we'll be posting those 2 videos soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave us a comment, and then we'll be putting up again the date and time that we'll be posting the winners for our 100 subscriber giveaway. See you soon. Be safe.